Hello, sunshine. Thank you so much for joining Being Awesome with Yvette, where I write and share daily messages to uplift and encourage you to want to change and do the will of God to become a stronger and better version of you. If this is something you're interested in, please hit the like button so you can be notified when I post the next message. Today, the message is Try God. The scripture is Psalms 56, verse 11. Give your burdens to the Lord, and He will take care of you. We all like to hold on to things that are bothering us instead of giving it to God, and we walk around frustrated. We need to ask God to give us the wisdom to stop causing ourselves unnecessary stress and frustration, and instead pray for the courage to give up control and admit our way is not working. And we're making things worse. Let's try God and let it go. Who is with me? Guys, this is something that I used to struggle with bad. I would be frustrated with things going on in my relationship, or when I was married. And in the last year, God has just shown me so much. And I just know with me, just working on becoming a new me and working on my relationship with God, God is just showing me a lot of things. And guys, the things that I'm walking around causing myself unnecessary stress, God is also making me check myself. Because I know for me, because you know me, I don't like to talk about nobody else, I want to talk about me. I know for me, I have struggled with, and some of y'all may can relate to this. We get involved with someone or we meet someone that we want to be involved with, and they have their own little things that they're dealing with, and we want to label them. I know I did. I want to look at them and say, oh, they're narcissists. Oh, they're toxic. They're this, they're that. But the truth be told, we're all going through different things. We're all going through different things. I don't care who you are, we're all dealing with something. Even in the midst of you working on yourself, it's nothing bad, but at the same time, do you always want to be by yourself? Because when I was by myself, my world was great. Not even gonna lie to you. Because I didn't have anybody to challenge anything. I didn't have anybody to say, you know what, you're kind of selfish there. I didn't have nobody to do that, because let the truth be told, my friends weren't telling me you're selfish, Yvette. My friends weren't telling me, you don't want to compromise. My friends weren't telling me that. They had me thinking that everything was just great in my world, as I would call it. I was in my own bubble. But at one point, I had to realize, do I want to be single? No. I want to be in a relationship. Yes, I want to disagree with somebody sometimes. Yes, I want to argue, yell, scream with someone. Yeah, call it what you want to call it. Is that saying it's toxic? No, that's not. But God showed me. Why are you taking on their problems? Worry about me and you. Worry about you. You can still be in a relationship with someone that's not perfect, because I'm not perfect. You can still build something with someone, even though sometimes you don't see eye to eye. I'm learning this, guys. Truly, I was that petty person. I was the person that had the list. I was the person that said my boundaries was, if you do this, you do that, I'm done. But you know what God showed me? Look at me. You're going to deal with people that are not always going to be just on your level. You're going to deal with people that are toxic. You are going to, whether it be in your home or outside of your home. Guys, I had to stop always going to God and asking Him to change somebody, asking God to to fix the situation. I no longer ask God to fix anything. If anything, I go to God now and I say, what is it in this that's hurting me that you're trying to get me to see? What is it? What is it, God? God had to show me that, you know what, instead of you coming to me about everything that's wrong, why don't you come to me and bring it to me? Bring the situation to me, leave it. Do something else. Work on you. Focus on yourself. Focus on you. Does that mean that I can't be in a relationship with somebody? No. What I have to do is I have to focus on their good. And remember, because I want somebody to see my good. On days where I'm high, low, 1 minute I may seem like, hey, I need to be on meds myself. I need somebody to love me, just like I'm wanting somebody to love me in the midst of my craziness. You heard me. Because sometimes I'm a handful myself. But guess what? But I got to give the same. And if I get caught up in my friends and I get caught up on a lot of this stuff on social media sometimes, they will have you single. Because no one will ever fit your standards to that level. But guess who my standards are with? God. God. Try God. I promise you, you won't walk around frustrated. You won't walk around tired. You won't walk around saying, I'm sick of him or her doing this or that. Because guess what? We're giving it to God. I gave it to God. I no longer have to sit and say, I'm so tired of saying the same thing over and over again. I'm so tired of, them not listening. You know why? Because I'm no longer trusting them. I'm trusting God. I'm trusting God. Because 9 times out of 10, sometimes God will put someone in our path. You'll have 5 things that's great. Then you're going to have 5 things there's something wrong with them. What are we going to do? God's like, I sent you a good person. I didn't send you a perfect man or a perfect woman, but I sent you somebody. Can you trust me to bring about the change that needs to be done? Because think about it. Everything that I want is never what is in line with God. Everything I think I want in a relationship or with a man, God says, that's not what you need. You need somebody who is strong. You need somebody that can stand up to you sometime and call you out your mess. You need that. You don't need a man that always pat you on the back, tell you're doing. Sometimes you may need that man to look at you and say, get your mess together. Again, are we trusting God or are we trusting ourselves? Because guys, let me tell you, when we can trust God to bring about the change, God will change people no matter what we seem to think. Because we seem to think that, narcissists. I was married to a narcissist, guys, but I can tell you this. I don't walk around playing the victim of that because I know who my God is. You heard me. I don't walk around playing the victim to that life. Because guess what? At the end of the day, I know where my help comes from. But God has had me look at myself so many times. That's what we don't want to do. We don't want to look at ourselves. We want to look at someone else and tell you everything that's wrong with them. But guess what? We need to start looking at ourselves. I'm not making up an excuse for anything anybody does to me that's wrong. That's not what I'm doing. But what I'm telling you is, God is having me look at myself. God is having me check myself. So guys, come take this journey with me. Try God. I promise you, take that challenge with me. Because let me tell you, it is not easy. It is not easy dating. Forget married yet. We got a first date. Because if you can't date someone and go through the ups and downs, we can never marry someone to go through the ups and downs. You don't wait until you get married to go through a storm. If you can't go through a storm now, you will never go through a storm with anybody married to them. I don't care who you are. I'm going to tell you. The God that I serve, that's what he says. You will never know what you can do in a relationship until you go through a storm with somebody. You can date somebody and things are just great. You don't never argue. Things are just great, 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 great. He's giving it to you. You give it to him. But let a storm come. Let a storm come. What will they do? Then we want to go into, oh, well, he did this or she did that, and he's not this and he's not that. But let the truth be told, you didn't go through anything with him because everything was always great. You didn't go. So you don't know what you would do. I'm not telling anybody to stay in an abusive relationship, but we tend, me, to kind of take that, because he yelled at me and he said something or he called me out my name. But guess what, guys? I do the same thing. I'm not going to sit up here and make it seem like I'm just great and I just don't do anything wrong. Yeah, I told you. Sometimes I call them out their name. So now what? I'm not telling you it's right. That's not what I'm telling you. But I'm saying before I can look at someone else and say, don't do this and don't do that, or I'm going to leave you. God reminds me, I forgive you every day. I forgive you every single day. And on top of that, not only does God forgive me every day, he gives me another chance. But yet, I can't do the same. Because you know what? I got these little lists. Oh, you break this, they break that, they're gone. Come take this journey with me. Try God. Come take this challenge with me. Let's work on having a better relationship with God and ourselves so we can be better for the people in our life. Come take this journey with me. Thank you for listening to Being Awesome with Yvette. Please hit the like and subscribe button to be notified when I post the next message. Have an awesome day.